Hello, everybody. Hello. And welcome again. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are listening to Saycon Talks. I'm so excited about this blog, but I got to start with a little housekeeping. Just in case you were wondering, this episode is brought to you by my YouTube channel. Yes, Saycon Talks YouTube. So please visit www.youtube.com/SayconTalks. That's SayconTalks. Visit Saycon Talks. Please like and subscribe so you can see videos behind the scenes, vlogs, even see visuals with some of the podcasts that I'm going to be doing. Just go and check it out, visit it, and please subscribe so that you can stay in contact and know what I'm up to. You can also visit me, check me out on all the other social media platforms. But this particular episode is brought to you by the Saycon Talks YouTube page. So there you have it.
You're listening to Saycon Talks with Saycon Sengbloh.
Okay, so I just got this message from a friend of mine, a very lovely gentleman who I was in the hit Broadway show Motown the Musical with. He's a great person, great guy, very talented. One of the only true bass singers that I know. And he sent me this video, and I was like, I'm looking at the video like, what is this? I press play, and it's some dancers dancing, like getting it in, like dance team killing it at Barclays Stadium. And what song are they dancing to? Dancing in the Streets. Okay, so some of you may know, some of you may not know, in Motown the Musical, I played Martha Reeves. In that show, I got a chance to sing Dancing in the Streets every night and on matinees on the weekends and Wednesday afternoons. It was an amazing time. We got to do that signature song, Dancing in the Streets. We got to do it on Good Morning America. We did it on the Tony Awards. I mean, we went all around town, just knocking this song out, just killing it. You know, it wasn't just like Martha and the Vandellas. It was the whole ensemble. And so one of the coolest things about this particular song is that it's a classic. You know, it's one of the biggest, baddest, hottest songs that was on the Motown label. You know, they had a lot of girl groups. A lot of us, of course, know the Supremes, but Martha Reeves of Martha and the Vandellas, they really did their thing. So I was very, very proud to play Martha Reeves in this production. I got a chance to meet her. I met a lot of original Motown people, songwriters, music producers, and of course Mr. Berry Gordy was always around as he was producing the show when we did it. So I was so excited to be a part of this song. So I'm like, I absolutely. Here it is 5 years later. I'm still just as geeked to hear the song. Sometimes randomly I might hear it in an elevator. And again, I'm talking about our version of the show, the original Broadway cast recording. What they say? OBCR. Yeah, the original Broadway cast recording of Motown the Musical. You know, I'm talking about our version, not the original classic version, but our version that we did in 2013. You know, I get really geeked when I hear this particular song because it's my vocals. I'm singing lead on it. The ensemble's killing it. I can remember all the dance steps we were doing. I can remember the little dance steps. Hey, right? I mean, I ain't have to kick my leg too hard. I had to do my little step, touch, and sing. Now, they had me and Mackenzie and Rebecca. We were playing Martha and the Vandellas, and so we were kind of up front with our sparkly gold dresses. This is original cast. Of course, many other women did those roles later on the tour and whatnot, and in London. But, you know, it's just a magical, magical song. So I have a lot of really good memories with that song. I have memories of being like really exhausted with that song as well, because we did it in so many places. But so I got so excited when I saw this video, and I'm like, yo, they down there killing it at Barclays. I guess I was about to Google to see who was playing, who's playing tonight. The Brooklyn Nets. I mean, this just happened. Like, I just got this text message, and I decided to do this podcast about this because it's something that's on my mind. Let me check and see who's playing. Hold on. Who's playing at Barclays Center tonight? Let's see. I'm going to have to edit this so it won't be too long. Taking too much time. Today is February 4th. Okay, the Milwaukee Bucks are playing the Brooklyn Nets. Okay. So, they were getting it in, though. The girls were getting it in at, I guess it was at the halftime. So, why am I so excited about this, and why am I telling this story? I know y'all are like, okay, all right, what's the point? Y'all hear Motown songs. Y'all hear all kinds of songs all the time. The reason I'm bringing this up is because when we first got our CDs back, when the CDs were pressed up and the songs were on iTunes and Amazon and Google and all the different platforms, I was so excited to go and look for my name. And let me tell you, when I looked in the program, in the liner notes, I'm like an old school diva. Like, I remember when albums were around, okay? Albums. I still actually have a few CDs left. I didn't throw them all away. You know, everybody's on iTunes and listening to digital downloads and whatnot. But I still remember a good ass liner note is not too far in my past. I likes me a liner note. So, you know, I'm looking for myself in the liner notes. You know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, my name was not there. There's a page somewhere in the back that basically lists like the names of the people and the characters that they played, similar to the playbill, but in association with each song, the name is not listed. The same is true if you look for the song online. Now, this is as I'm recording this message today, February 4th. The situation is the same. If you look up this song, Motown the Musical, one of the most popular numbers on that particular recording, Dancing in the Streets, it says that it's sung by Martha Reeves. If you look up Signed, Sealed, Delivered, it says the lead vocals are sung by Stevie Wonder. But actually, in our production, we have the wonderful and illustrious Ryan Shaw playing Stevie Wonder. So that's actually Ryan Shaw's vocals that you would hear on that record. So I noticed this a long time ago, and at the time I sent an email out. I honestly don't even remember who I sent the email to. Maybe someone who was producing on the record or working on it. And I never got a reply. It was such busy times. It was the Tony Awards. It was, you know, we were doing all these promos, and I know they were trying to get the new production together for the tour. There was so much going on. Never heard back from anybody. Never got, any information about a change. And I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I totally forgot about the fact that it wasn't listed. And I didn't think about it for a while. I ended up eventually, I had finished my time at the show. I decided to leave. I got a lead role in another show that was about featuring the music of Tupac Shakur called Holla If You Hear Me. So I was like, holla, I was going to go do holla. So I really wasn't thinking about Motown, in that way anymore. So I went on about my business and I kind of let it go. And then a couple years later, I decided I wanted to apply for the Grammy Academy, to be a Grammy voter. And one of the things they wanted was proof of recordings that you had been on, professional recordings, and proof that you were a professional singer. And that's when it came up in my mind again. I'm like, man, I'm pulling up this digital download. When I put in my name on iTunes, Motown the Musical is not coming up. You got the original Broadway cast album of Hair coming up. You got original Broadway cast album of Fela coming up. 2 other shows that I did on Broadway, and 2 other Grammy-nominated soundtracks. But my name is not coming up with Motown. And then I'm putting in other people's names, just to see what comes up. And I was like, man. So again, I ended up making a copy out of the book that was on the, the printout book that, from the actual CD liner notes. I made a copy of that. I submitted it, and, all my submission information, everything was fine. But like I say, I'm all about the metadata, you guys. I'm all about taking my time. When I do, I don't always post. I'm not the best on social media, but when I do post, I want to make sure my hashtag is spelled right, because I want people to click on it and find something that leads back to me or a friend or whoever I'm trying to really, make sure the words are connected to. So words are very, very important. Paperwork is very important. So, with life being the way it is and moving so fast, every time I kept forgetting. And recently, man, I was chilling in my room, laying across my bed, catching some sun, as I like to do. And I said, let me call up Equity and just see what I can do. I thought about all my castmates, talented castmates, who sing their butts off, dance their butts off, and whose names aren't associated with Motown the Musical, and whose names aren't necessarily associated with that particular recording. And so I called Equity. Yeah, I called Equity, and I was like, Equity, excuse me, Equity, can you put some respect on my name? Can you put some respect on my name? Nah, I ain't say that. I'm just kidding. No, seriously though, I was, look, here it is 5 years later, and I'm still like all lit and mad. Like, why I ain't getting no credit? Why my name not associated? Look, I worked hard. Every show that I've ever done, I've worked really hard on it. So all I want is a little respect on my name. So yeah, I called Equity. For those of you who don't know, Actors Equity is the union that helps to monitor these types of things and make sure that things go right for the actors. I presume that it's just a simple mistake, something that happened, with us all being great artists, but unknown artists, portraying some of the most famous people in the world, some of the most famous, R&B pop singers to ever do it. I guess the chances were that their names would get listed instead. So when you look and see on the Dancing in the Street song on Motown the Musical, if you pull it up online, again, this is as I'm speaking on February 4th, you pull it up online, it's going to say Martha Reeves. If you look up, the Stevie Wonder song that are sung in Motown the Musical, instead of saying Ryan Shaw, it's going to say Stevie Wonder. And I don't know if it was a mistake of whoever was typing it up or whatever, but man, that little mistake hurt my feelings, man. So I called up Equity, our union. Here we are 5 years later. I called up and I said, excuse me, hi, my name is Saycon, and I was a part of this, that, and the other, and my name ain't listed on this, that, and the other, and can you do something about this, that, and the other? And the woman that I spoke with said she'd look into it and she'd get back to me. And I am happy to say that this was a couple months ago, it's been about 2 months later, I got a call last week that they are going to be making some kind of change or some kind of update. So, woo, hallelujah hands, all you Anchor listeners, please give us some applause. People who appreciate original Broadway soundtracks, give us some applause. I do believe sometime very soon, my name will be listed as the vocalist on Dancing in the Street on iTunes or where, Google Play, Amazon, wherever it is that you download your music from. So hopefully all of that will show up pretty soon. I'm looking forward to it. In the meantime, what I'm about to do right now is post this video that he sent me because it had me geeked. If I was in the audience, I would have been doing my little dances and, feeling good. Calling out around the world, are you ready for a brand new beat? That song still sit right in my throat. It still sit right in my throat. I love singing that song. Whenever I go and I do concerts or little piano shows, me and a piano or different things like that. If I can throw Dancing in the Street in there, I will throw it in there, honey. That's my song. Now, I don't do the version, usually the version that we did on Broadway. It had all these modulations and, dance breaks and all that stuff. I just do the good old-fashioned version, with a bridge and then bring it on back. So, if you guys enjoyed this particular story time on this particular post of Saycon Talks, go check out that song. Go download it, Dancing in the Streets. And let me know in the comments if when you look to see, did you see the actual names of some of the cast members? If you want to know some of the real cast members' names who were in the original Broadway production of Motown the Musical, you can go to this website that's put together by the Broadway League. It's called ibdb.com. Okay? ibdb. That's I as in igloo, B as in boy, D as in dog, B as in boy.com. You visit that site, you put in Motown the Musical and the original cast, all the names, the ensemble, the swings, everybody's names come up. And you can see everybody who had a real part in making that show happen. So hopefully by the time you actually get a chance to hear this podcast, our real names will be associated with that recording. But for now, honey, if you put my name in on the iTunes, what comes up is, like I say, the Fela music, the Hair music, and also a couple of recordings that I put out myself independently, or recordings that I recorded for other people who, were also put out independently. So, actually on the side, if you don't mind, please check out my soul rock song I did called Everything. You might dig that. It is available on iTunes. So thank you again for listening to Saycon Talks, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again for listening to Saycon Talks. Again, this episode was brought to you by my YouTube channel. That's the Saycon Talks YouTube channel. Please visit. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you found this particular podcast interesting, please don't hesitate to share it with your friends. Tell people about Saycon Talks. Today I'm talking about musical theater or recording, but tomorrow I could be talking about something totally different. So there's going to be a variety of lifestyle and really interesting, cool things I'll be talking about. And, it's my podcast. So I'm excited that I have the freedom to do just that. You guys have a blessed and wonderful day, morning, night, evening, whatever time you listen to this. Please go in peace and have a wonderful day. Thanks again. I'm Saycon, and this is Saycon Talks.
Honey Wax.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.